Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 2 National Guardsmen were shot at our nation's capital. And the search continues for a Wise County, Virginia high school football coach.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Welcome to Mountain News this morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Thursday, November 27th, Thanksgiving. The time is now 6 o'clock. Now let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you it's a little bit of a chillier day, so it's probably important for you if you head out to grab that coat. Here's a look at those current temperatures across the region. We're looking mainly in the low 30s. At that freezing mark, 32 degrees in Whitesburg, Hazard, London, Louisa, Stanton, and below average temperatures this morning in Logan and Clintwood, 30 and 28 in Wise. We head into the afternoon where it'll warm up just a little bit with highs in the low 40s, significantly cooler than average for this time of year, as we should be in the low to mid 50s. In terms of the afternoon, though, we'll be seeing these clouds that we're watching this morning disappear, and sunny skies will be taking over for that forecast later today, which you can see in your next 12-hour forecast. Sunrise this morning, 7:26 in the morning, and sunset will be at 5:16. McKinley.
The search for answers is underway after a gunman opened fire, critically wounding 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. President Trump described it as a monstrous ambush-style attack and is vowing to bring the person responsible to swift and certain justice. Multiple law enforcement officers say the suspect, an Afghan national, has been taken into custody and is not cooperating with authorities. He is believed to have acted alone.
The suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm, and discharged it at the National Guard members.
President Trump says the suspect may have entered the U.S. in 2021 through an evacuation flight after the chaotic U.S. military pullout from Afghanistan under the previous Biden administration. The search continues for a Wise County high school football coach who is now the target of a child pornography investigation. Virginia State Police have issued 10 warrants for the arrest of the football coach Travis Turner. The 46-year-old has been missing since last Thursday when agents first went to his home to question him. In a statement released through their attorney, Turner's family said, quote, "We remain prayerful for his safe return and for everyone affected by the circumstances surrounding his disappearance." A woman was arrested on 2 outstanding felony warrants in Montgomery County. Michelle Blackburn was arrested Monday after police found her hiding in a closet. During the arrest, deputies located more than ½ ounce of methamphetamine, cash, and drug paraphernalia. Blackburn had recently been charged in connection with multiple storage unit thefts, resulting in one of the warrants after she failed to appear in court. She is now facing drug trafficking charges as well. In West Virginia, a police chase ended with 1 person taken into custody and a state police cruiser struck. It happened in Kewanna County yesterday morning. The chase started near an elementary school and ending in the Marmont area. Charleston police say it started the pursuit, but then it was taken over by the West Virginia State Police. One of the West Virginia State Police cruisers was struck. The name of the person arrested was not released. He says he's just thankful to be alive. A young Casey County man survived an accident on the Cumberland Parkway when a car hit him and did not stop to help. But ever since then, his family and community have turned it into what he says is amazing ways to help him. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to Cody Cahall about the collision and what has happened since then.
I'm glad to be home for the holidays.
Cody Cahall spent 29 days at UK Hospital. He suffered multiple broken bones when a car hit him while he and his fiancee were changing a flat tire.
yeah, nobody stopped at all. It just, you know, she was the only one there with me, and she held my shoulder together. It's a blessing that she was there.
He's had several surgeries and will have to undergo physical therapy for weeks. It could be months or even years before life is back to normal. Despite all of that, Cahall and his family say they have a lot to be thankful for during a time when Thanksgiving is celebrated.
I'd rather, you know, live like this for the rest of our lives than lose him.
There is a relatively new state law which says that if you see someone stranded along the roadway, if they're broken down, if they're changing a flat tire, regardless of the reason why, but you're supposed to either move over or to slow down when you see them. State police are investigating, but the person who hit Cahall has not been identified.
I wish they would come forward and admit to their actions. You know, if beforehand they came forward, and you know, I would have been all right with it, but you know, it's going to be on their consciousness now that they're not coming forward and being that good person in the world. And
Cahall says he'd like to see justice, but wants to focus his energy on simply getting better and eventually working again.
so it's definitely going to be a long recovery. It can't be on my left leg for like 3 months. So it's definitely a process, but you know, we'll make it through.
And he's got a lot of people in his corner every step of the way until he can take those steps himself. In Casey County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Cahall says he wants to thank everyone from the first responders, medical staff at UK Hospital, and to the people who organize fundraisers for him. A group of lawmakers on Capitol Hill say the National Flood Insurance Program is increasingly at risk. This leaves homeowners unable to protect their house from disasters and unable to sell. The National Flood Insurance Program has been consistently tied to most federal funding, but lawmakers argue that has become too risky as government shutdowns are becoming more common. They believe flood insurance funding should stand on its own.
So many people in the country that need their flood insurance. People are buying homes that are in the areas that are prone to flooding.
Mortgage companies can't finance homes. People can't buy a house. Major developments can't be done where flood insurance is needed because no lender is going to loan you money without flood insurance.
The two lawmakers who are working to extend the program through the end of 2026, which would leave it protected in the event of another government shutdown. A Georgia prosecutor officially dropped the racketeering case against President Donald Trump. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, an elected Democrat, launched the investigation. She was later disqualified from the case. In yesterday's order, the prosecutor said that legal hurdles in the case would have pushed any trial far into the next decade, and isolating Trump's case from other co-defendants would be too costly and impractical. While the SNAP program was thrown into the spotlight as benefits were withheld during the government shutdown, the pain for recipients may just be beginning. President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill has changed who's eligible to receive SNAP funding, expanding work requirements, removing exemptions for veterans and the homeless, and shifting more of the cost to states. The cuts were supposed to go into effect November 1st, but the lingering government shutdown pushed the pain off until now.
Here's the problem. We got a lot of people out there that are on it. They shouldn't be on it.
Disabled individuals, veterans, elderly people, all who at one time may have been exempt from these work provisions, no more. So we're going to see devastating cuts in our community.
According to the Office of Budget Management, the SNAP cuts would eliminate around $187 billion in food assistance during the next decade.
It is a cloudy start to your Thanksgiving holiday. However, as we head throughout the day, that trend will be changing. Here's a look at satellite and radar this morning. Again, noticing those clouds, but by the afternoon, cloud cover will be dissipating, and we're looking at nice and sunny skies. Now, the sunshine will be helping out with those temperatures this afternoon, but unfortunately, this morning with the clouds, it's definitely going to feel cold. We're talking low 30s for most of the region, with high temperatures for the day in a mixture mixture of the low 40s. So again, keep in mind it's cold. You're going to need that jacket all throughout the day if you are heading out. But if you're staying at home and eating your Thanksgiving dinner, I guess that's perfect weather for you then. McKinley.
All right, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we'll talk about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Soon, the 99th Macy's